I have been a psychic. I have been an energy healer. I have been a medium. I have read cards. I have had people on my table doing hands-on healing. I was a therapist. I was a hospital chaplain. And now I am a spiritual coach. And I've got some things I want to tell you today. So welcome. I'm so glad you're here joining me for my 12 days of spiritual coaching. You can use the hashtag 12 days of spiritual coaching to catch what I talked to you about yesterday and the day before, and to keep up, because we're just on day 3. We are just getting going. You all have brought some great questions. Keep putting your questions in the comments. All these things I'm talking about, I love them. I use them. Everything I use in my own life. Numerology, astrology, human design, Akashic records, mediumship, psychic abilities, reading cards. All of these things, they're tools. They're tools, and they're the way you do what you do. And yet when it comes time to get yourself out there, you keep talking about the tools and thinking it's about selling the tools, and it doesn't work. There are so many tools that I use. They're all great. I have so many modalities under my belt. I love working with energy. Above all else, I am an energy worker. I'm also a psychic, a medium. I read Akashic records. I work with crystals. On and on and on. And I have been studying energy medicine. I have the modalities, energy healing modalities times 100. They taught me a lot, but that's not what I sell. Stop trying to sell the tools. Stop focusing on the tools. Unless we're together. Yes, Deb, I'm so excited you're joining us. Thank you so much. I'm excited to work with you in 2022, and thanks for being on again. I'm teaching you all so many things that were mistakes I made and that I see people make all the time when they come to me. And that's why I am so passionate about you all understanding spiritual coaching, whether you feel maybe you're called to do it, to be it, or whether you think you might need and benefit from a spiritual coach. As I said, I've been a therapist, a hospital chaplain, an energy healer, a psychic, a medium, an Akashic records reader, all these things. People show up in the marketplace and the world and they get hurt. And they wonder why nobody's buying what they have, or why they can't do it well enough to have a profitable and sustainable business. And I'm telling you why. Stop trying to sell the tools. Stop talking about the tools. Unless we're together, yes, we love geeking out on all this stuff. Then we're going to talk about all the tools. But when you're going out to find your clients, they are hurting. They have pains and problems, and they have wants, needs, and desires. Hello, it's so good to see you. They have pains and problems, and they have wants, needs, and desires. They want answers. They want solutions. They want relief. They want pleasure. They want joy. They want a better version of themselves and a better life. And all of that is what spiritual coaches help people with. And then you each will have your own clear message and your own unique offerings. Thank you for the likes and the hearts. And yet there are proven strategies that work. They work every time. I have had hundreds of clients now, and I have reached thousands of people. My business just celebrated its 14th work anniversary. I want to help you with all of this. People are buying access to you and your energy, and you bring all the tools to the table. They don't have to choose. I don't know it. Should I buy a psychic reading, a mediumship reading? But I've always heard about Akashic records, and a confused mind never buys. And those one-offs don't create the sustainable and huge healing and transformation that you're here to affect in people, and that you're called to help people with. You bringing your highest and best to serve their highest and best. And that's where spiritual coaching comes in. Once I shifted my business, I was over here in the healing and intuitive arts. I've been telling y'all some of this for the past 2 days. And I saw a lot of what was not working in that world. And I could find great models to help me with my gifts and their development. But I didn't want to be living the life I was watching these gifted intuitives and healers living. And they couldn't teach me the things I needed to not have to go back to a job ever again. I have not had a job since 2006. I also have not been without a coach since 2009. I believe in coaching. And I went from this healing and intuitive world, and I was begging Spirit and praying to Spirit and asking for answers. And Spirit said, over here, look over here, venture over here into the coaching world. And I saw what was working over there, and I brought it back to merge it and marry it with the healing and intuitive world, to create this whole model of spiritual coaching and being a spiritual coach. And I want you to understand, you become it. Who is a spiritual coach? A spiritual coach is someone who feels called to be a spiritual healer, a spiritual teacher, a spiritual leader. As a spiritual coach, you will be 1, 2, 3, or all 4 of these. Spiritual coach, spiritual healer, spiritual teacher, and spiritual leader. And tomorrow night, when I come back on this live, I'm going to talk about all 4 of those. You bring all your gifts to the table, and as you grow and evolve and you continue your own personal and spiritual growth and development and your own soul journey, you learn more and more, and you grow and evolve more and more, and you bring that back to your clients. You are branding you. You're branding everything you are, everything you have, and everything that you do. And spiritual coach becomes the umbrella. I've tried it this other way. Even when I built it full time, it was not profitable or sustainable, and it was eating into my life and my energy. And people like us that are sensitive, we're here for the spiritual journey. And we would love to do this work and nothing else. So I decided I'm only going to do what I am made to do and here to do, not just the things I can do. There's a lot of things I can do, and I spent a lot of years doing those things. This is about bringing all of you to the table and calling in those people that are waiting for you to show up like that so they can show up. These are soul contracts you already have out in the world. But until you embody it, until you be it, and until you're doing it, you won't have these things you want, and they won't be able to find you. You have to open the channels, and yes, you have to learn some marketing, and you have to learn some social media, and you have to make peace with money, and all of those things. But my model that I have used to build my business and with my clients also lets you show up every day as the spiritual messenger, the spiritual teacher, and the spiritual leader in the making that you are, as a healer and as a coach. I'm not networking. I'm not convincing people. I'm not chasing people down. I'm showing up doing what I am on the planet to do. And part of that is to call you into your highest and best level of service, so you can live the spiritual journey of your dreams with grace and ease, financially able to take care of yourself while you take care of everyone else. That is paramount. It is key. And this model works for that. I'm going to tell you here really quickly, some people were asking as they were in on this call yesterday. If you want to, you can go to bethecontribution.com, hit the button if you want to speak with me by direct messenger, email, or get on a phone call and see more about the spiritual coaching I'm talking about. And stay with me on this call and for 9 more days and go back. Hashtag 12 days of spiritual coaching and watch my other messages. A spiritual coach becomes a way of being, not just a way of doing. It is a lifestyle. You basically get to have the spiritual journey of your dreams, show up, live your life, and turn around and help others with what you've gone through. And that's what I've been able to do. It's not for the faint of heart, but the rewards are out of this world. And you need to know they're solid strategies, but people like us also don't want to get boxed in. And some of the things you've encountered in the coaching world didn't feel good to you, or they didn't feel right, or they just didn't work, or they rubbed you the wrong way. But I went over in the coaching world and I hired those big coaches. I told you, I haven't been without a coach since 2009, often more than one. I got in their back ends. I bought their programs. I studied one-to-one with them. And I brought all of this back into the healing and intuitive world to help my people in my unique way that I am equipped to do. As a spiritual coach, you're really bringing your spiritual philosophy, your beliefs, your energy to the relationship. You're meeting people at the table with all your gifts, skills, abilities, your beliefs, and your energy, and you are meeting them where they are and helping them come through things that you've already come through, fires you've already walked through. And then you continue to grow and evolve and turn around and help other people through that. And it's all part of it. Where you maybe have been living 2 separate lives, your lives become one, completely integrated and intertwined. And that has been a blessing for me like no other. I live this all the time. No matter where you meet me, no matter where you see me, I'm all of this all the time. And I've had my business 14 years now. I'm so excited for those of you that have the eyes to see and the ears to hear. And this is something that's an answer to what you've been asking for, because I have proven it now beyond a shadow of a doubt, to the point that this year I made a decision to start restructuring and reframing my entire business for 2022 with my spiritual coach school and my private coaching to serve many more people, because I've just frankly been completely maxed out. And to teach you all this model, it can last you forever once you understand how to build it. And what I was saying a minute ago, and I didn't finish my thought, we can't be all boxed in. I teach you the way to build the system, the structure, the foundation, the well-oiled machine that you then pour your magic into. The other thing that I do is I teach you how to build what I call the magic container. That is the name of my business building program. I've been teaching it since I began in 2013 with Spiritual Business School. Then a few years later, I had to upgrade everything that I had learned since then. By then, I had crossed into a 6-figure business, and it became unlimited profits for intuitive women. And then last year, I took 13 people through what I called the magic container, my newest level of business building, a multi-6-figure spiritual coaching business. And I added teaching you how to become a spiritual coach. There's a deep understanding and a deep growing and evolving as part of that, and how to work with people. And I brought it together, and I took 13 people through it. And I've taken this decade worth and I have put it all into my spiritual coach school for you. BeTheContribution.com. You can go there to hit the button so you can talk with me more by email, by messenger, or get on a phone call. And you can also see more about this. And I've got more and more days. We are doing the 12 days all the way to January 6th. I want you to write any questions you have in the comments below. Let me know you're here. I want to share this. This is my mission for 2022. I'm very excited for those who are stepping in and joining. I am the premier coach for spirit workers, and I don't say this lightly. I have been coaching spirit workers for 14 years, and I have grown and evolved myself from zero to a solid, profitable, and sustainable multi-six-figure business as a spirit worker. And I'm here to call spirit workers to the front and center of your mission and your purpose to build and grow your spiritual business. I really want this to land for you. I really want you to understand. Maybe you've gone out there before and you're like, this isn't working, this doesn't work, I tried it, it doesn't work for me. I can tell you quickly, and I'm doing it over these 12 days, all the reasons it might not be working for you. I'm focusing on a few of those mistakes, learning opportunities that I've been through and that my clients go through the most. And this is one of them, the tools. Unless you create a modality or you're one of the very first people to get in it, too many people brand themselves with a modality and then they identify with that modality, and that modality rises and falls and the next one comes along. You've got to understand how to build a personality branded business and brand yourself and speak to your clients' pains and problems and their wants, needs, and desires. And I show you how to do all that. I show you how to be true to your spiritual messenger, spiritual teacher, spiritual leader, spiritual healer self, while also being marketable and being able to call your clients in and to become the spiritual coach. Because a lot happens internally. I talked last night, if you want to go back and see it, a lot about the inner game. There's a big inner game and it never goes away. That's why I still have coaches helping me with that. What I have created is the financial freedom and the freedom to have the spiritual journey of my dreams, to live wherever I want, to make my business support and sustain the life I want to be living at any time. My husband was able to retire at a relatively young age in May. So we're not tied to him being locked into something either. And I am serving at my highest level for the healing and transformation of others. I believe, and it is one of the key cornerstones of Spiritual Coach School and my business, that transformed people transform people. A few years ago, I got a doctorate in my body of work in transformational spiritual coaching, because I believe in it so much. Transformed people transform people. I believe the only thing that will change the world is if every person attended to themselves and their own healing, instead of trying to change the whole outer world. And then I believe that those who are called can then turn around and help others. For some, it's a personal journey. You can go through this as a personal journey or as a personal and professional journey. Along the way, I teach you and pour into you all these tools. Ho'oponopono, human design, Akashic records, mediumship, psychic, energy healing, crystals, cards, oracle, all of these things, and all the energy healing modalities that are within me, along with the brain science, along with the body, all of these pieces, because you will use all of those to serve and help your clients when you are a spiritual coach. Take a minute, go to bethecontribution.com, select to speak more with me. I would love to talk with you about this and how I can best help you. For some of you, you may be saying, yes, but I'm really looking for a private coach. I need intensive, I need deep dive, and I need to move fast. We can talk about that as well. And stay tuned using hashtag 12 days of spiritual coaching and join me. Thank you so much for being here. Deb asked, will you be here at the same time for the 12 days? I've been timing it where I'm here right around the same time. Not always exactly, because my schedule was already filled in with some things before I was divinely guided and inspired to do this 12 days of spiritual coaching, but I'm keeping it around this time. Also, that brings me to a point. I teach you what is in your nature, how to not just be doing because they said so, how to do the energetic work first, and then how to be divinely guided, divinely inspired, clear everything else out of the way, and run your business from that energetic space, along with the solid, proven strategies that I know work. I'm going to leave you with that today. I'm so excited. I will be back with more. So happy. Bethecontribution.com, and I will see you online.